Young's two-slit experiment is a classic physics experiment and very simple to do. What we're using is a laser, low-power helium neon laser, and the single double slit slide from the kit. There's a single slit at the top of the slide and then double slits at the bottom. And the slits are different widths and the double slits are different spacing. It's very important to be sure that the laser beam intercepts or covers both of those slits, and then the pattern is viewed on a distant screen. Actually, if you can put the screen a full classroom away, it separates the pattern fringes and makes them a lot easier to measure. And that's particularly true for the pattern that forms when the laser passes through the two very widely spaced slits. At this distance you can't see the very, very fine fringes, or you can barely see them. There's probably 20 fringes in that long patch right there. However, if I go across the room, those fringes will become very clear. Here's a typical Young's two-slit pattern. You can see that the fringes are evenly spaced, but you'll notice that in some places the fringes get dimmer or even disappear completely. And that will be explained when students do the single slit diffraction lab, because what we have here is a single slit pattern superimposed on the double slit pattern. The measurements that you'll take to do this lab are the distance from the slit to the screen and the distance from the center fringe to one or two of the fringes on either side. The brightest one in the center is the 0 order, m equals 0 fringe, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on this side. From those measurements of x and y, we can find the diffraction angle, but since this angle is so small, because the pattern is quite small and the baseline quite large, we can use the small angle approximation and skip that step. We only need y over x, and putting that into the Young's two-slit experiment, students can solve for the wavelength of light, or alternatively they can solve for the slit spacing.